Good afternoon, YouTubers, once again. Just trying to get it in the right position. There we go, that's better. Just watched the film by Trevor Colt. He was talking about Alec Baldwin and the shooting that took place on the film set of Rust. And there's been a lot of talk about prop guns. And we looked into it at the time. Everyone was talking about it at the time. Now Alex definitely shot the young lady who was the camera person. And there's no question about that. Now what I think happened, because I've got quite a good knowledge of firearms, and so have people in America. I've got a lot of viewers in America who grew up with firearms. It's part of their way of life, whereas in the UK we don't have that anymore. I mean, people did have firearms license. I had a firearms license many years ago. And I want to tell you what I thought happened in that film. Now, I don't have a Colt Peacemaker to use as a prop, but I have got a prop gun here. And I'll show you this one. This is a Webley. It's not actually a real firearm, okay? You can buy this on Amazon. Okay, it's an air gun. It's a BB gun. 5 little BBs. And there's a CO2 thing in the butt. You put a CO2 cylinder in there, so before you all start screaming and say, oh my god, he's got a gun, it's not a real gun, it's a replica of a Webley service revolver, which was a British, but it's pretty much the same thing. It's single action. You pull it back and you have to pull the trigger in order to fire it. Okay, now what I think happened, because a lot of these shots, a lot of these films, I'm going to talk about the bullet, because I didn't know that they actually used real firearms on the sets. Now, for those of you who don't know, okay, a bullet consists of a brass tube with a lead bullet in the end. This is the lead. This is the bit that flies out and kills people. Okay, and on the back, I don't know if you can see that. That's just got a hole because it's a BB gun. But on the back, you'd have a percussion cap there, where the hammer will hit it, set the cap off, ignite the powder and blow the bullets out. Now, what they use in films, sometimes they come up and they want a close-up of the sweaty cowboy loading his gun. And if you use a gun like this, everyone will go, that's not a real gun. So they want to go for realism. So they need a bullet with a percussion cap on the back that hasn't got a big dent in it. Okay, because you see a big dent in it, it's been fired, it's not going to work, is it? So when they're doing the close-ups of the cowboy, giving it all this, loading his gun, it needs to look real, because people just know out there. So what they do is this. When the bullet's been fired, you've got an empty case, you can now reload that empty case. Okay, so what they're going to do is they're going to put a percussion cap in the back, a new one. You can push the old one out, put a new one in, and they can put another lead head on there without any powder. There's no powder, okay? And so think, great, we've got a load of these props for the prop gun. Now we're going to show the cowboy loading his gun. And he's going to be there with his close-up, and he's going to be putting his bullets in, and everyone's going to go, yeah, we're all convinced. Yeah, they're all those primers look good. And then he's there doing his things, and he's pulling his gun out, and he might even cock it. Now don't forget, there's no powder in any of the bullets. Okay, but there's a live percussion cap at the back, which is just a cap. It goes bang and it lights the gunpowder, but there's no gunpowder in there to light. And what I think happened is this. This is my theory. This is my theory to what happened in the case of Alec Baldwin. I think the gun was loaded with a load of these dud rounds, okay, which had live percussion caps at the back, but no gunpowder and a bullet in the end. And someone has gone like this. Now what's just happened? This is my theory. This is my theory. What's happened is, and if you're in America, you could try this and see if this actually happens, if it's possible, because I think it is. I think there's enough explosion produced, igniting that cap, to push the bullet away from the brass. Okay, in which case, where's it going to go? It's going to go from here to here. Okay. And don't forget, Alex was using a live firearm, not like a BB gun. So, if I'm right, there's now a bullet in the barrel, the back end of the barrel, a proper lead bullet. So they've gone, okay, now we need some blanks. Let's get some blanks. So they've come along. Now a blank doesn't have a bullet. Okay, it's completely different to the dummy round. Blank has a live percussion cap, and it's got no bullet on the end, but it's got powder in the brass cylinder, in the brass tube. So when the hammer falls on there, it goes bang. All right, and all flames come out the end of the gun, which is what you'd expect in a cowboy film, because we all enjoy cowboy films, don't we? I was a big fan of the Outlaw Josie Wales. I think that was one of my favourites. The Good, the Bad and the Ugly, Fistful of Dollars, all those spaghetti westerns, Once Upon a Time in the West, the lot. Now, here we are with an empty gun, right, and we're going to put blanks in it. Now we've got a barrel we can see all the way down, okay, which has got a lead round stuck in just here, and nobody's noticed that one of the ends are missing, because they've probably got all kinds of things going on the table there. So they've loaded the gun with blanks. This is the armourer, because they're not stupid, these people. They know what a blank looks like. Put all the blanks in, and they've gone, here you go, Alex, blanks. It's cold gun, it's not live, it's not hot, is the phrases that they used. But don't forget, when he fires it, there's a bullet lodged right there in the beginning of the barrel. So what's going to happen when the blank goes off, ignites all that gunpowder? It's going to blow that bullet out. And I think that's what happened. I might be wrong. But if you're in America, okay, and you do reloads, and you've got a Colt Peacemaker, I'd like you to do that as an experiment. Okay. No powder, put a new primer in, resize your bullet, put it in the Peacemaker and fire the shot, and see if you can dislodge that bullet from the end of the bullet, the end of the round, into the barrel. See if that is possible, because I don't have a real gun to do that with. Can't do that with a BB gun, okay? They're really good replicas though, aren't they? I love it. Should have been a cowboy. Maybe I was in a former life, who knows. Thanks for watching.